I've come to make an announcement.
Here in 2026, the internet is wild. Like, there's just so much I can do. I can go on Twitch and support enemies of the state while using the power of throwing a dog because they got off of a mat. I can goon for days to one specific fetish. I can mod a 17-year-old game so a bunch of anime characters can fight thousands of zombies while chugging more energy drinks and vodka than a Siberian construction worker. And I can watch a Russian PNG Fox girl talk about some internet cringe. However, here's the downside of life. Responsibilities take away the time I have to engage with the wonders of the World Wide Web. I've been planning to do this video for over a month. I got the idea to do this video when I saw my Oshi smuggle on a post a video reacting to Haruhi, discussing a controversy surrounding the reveal that Kirara from Jujutsu Kaisen is a cross-dressing male. This was a reveal from the creator of the series, who has full control over the characters by the way, but like Astolfo before him, Kirara has been surrounded with a bunch of Twitter users pissing and wanking over their NB icon being confirmed as a definitive male, and it being trans erasure. Funnily enough, it's taken me so long to get to making this video that Haruhi made a video about the same thing happening to tomboys. This is where shit gets me going, because it's just like my experience with being a femboy, where people can't leave well enough alone and just let us be us. On one hand, some people tell me that I'm either a grooming victim, or a groomer, or both at the same time, and that I need to conform exactly to standard forms of masculinity, or I can't act like a guy at all. And on the other side of the fence, I have trans people who tell femboys to take HRT and get surgeries to be what, in my case, I don't want to be. I don't want to be a woman. I like being a guy. I just like to wear skirts. They go on about how people like me are advanced eggs and need to go the rest of the way to womanhood, when I just want to wear skirts and shit and be myself. So what if being myself means that I wear skirts, or I wear crop tops, or dresses, and I have a little bulgy-wolgy down there? I am no less human if I choose to dress differently than most people of my own gender. A community of love and acceptance, my ass. I will confess, I am not an anime watcher. I don't even watch much TV shows in general because I hate subscription services. I don't even like paying my car insurance every month, and I only pay that because I legally have to if I want to go to work. I generally just watch what I can get on DVD, and I usually just watch a show or movie now if I have people to watch it with or I need to clean, and it's something I can put on in the background. However, I can recognize tourists when I see them, because they'd rather hate the creators without discussing why something is a bad decision than do research on the characters to decide if the decision fits the previous writing. Kirara isn't even the first time that the community has attacked, and even won in some cases. I'm going to bring up an older controversy, but it absolutely fits here. In the Guilty Gear series, there is a character named Bridget. The character was originally a male who cross-dressed to avoid having his family attacked by the superstitious townsfolk, who believed that having twins of the same gender be born was a bad omen, and would kill same-gender twins. However, Bridget went on a successful monster hunt, and upon returning, Bridget revealed that he was actually a male. The move not only attacked the superstition of same-gender twins, but also attacked the stereotype of femininity equating to weakness. However, in Guilty Gear Strive, in one ending, Bridget states that they are a girl, signifying that she is trans rather than a femboy. Fans have an outcry on both sides, with good and bad points being made for both cases. I'm not going to claim that Bridget is actually a man, and that the ending isn't canon. However, I will state that I think it's an extremely regressive decision done in the name of progression. By Bridget identifying as a woman, this means that she is upholding the very superstition that the village had held against her, and also upholds stereotypes about trans athletes. This also means that the femboy representation is gone, and while femboy characters have become more popular and more common, we still don't have that much representation, and a lot of it isn't great, but I'm not going to focus on those. However, I'm going to focus on a great representation that accidentally became an icon for the wrong reasons. In 2012, a light novel known as Fate Apocrypha was created that got an anime adaptation in 2017. One of the main characters was Astolfo, Rider of Black. Inspired and named after a character from Matters of France, Astolfo is a knight serving in a war for the Holy Grail described as upbeat, optimistic, courageous, and confident, while lacking caution. Even just looking at his design shows that he is a man of faith, with much of his equipment bearing the cross, as well as his necklace appearing to bear a crucifix. The fact that one of the most popular femboys is a courageous Christian knight should be great. However, that's not what he's recognized for at all. Go to YouTube and look up Astolfo, look up ASMR, look up comic dubs, look up skits, cosplays, anything connected to him. It will likely be filled with content showing him as a submissive little servant. There seems to be very little respect for his strength, courage, or feats because that's not as marketable as a boy princess. I mean, this man makes Shadow the Hedgehog look like a wimpy bitch, but if you asked at least 90% of his fans, they'd probably guess that he's never heard of Fly, and while much of it is deleted or buried, I can still see people poking their heads out of the sand to say that Astolfo is an NB icon, and get mad when Astolfo's real pronouns are used. However, I really shouldn't be surprised. A lot of online trans activism, put that in heavy quotations, is done by virtue signalers who don't research or straight up ignore the facts about the things that they are talking about. They do not care about good storytelling. They just care about having a character become part of a minority for representation's sake. To conclude, femboy representations are being erased and muddled. When you point it out, you can get called a bigot, but at this point, I don't really care what I get called. When I see bullshit, I feel the need to comment on it, and it's taken me a while to get here. I've had to wait until the semester was over, and then had to wait to be home alone to avoid background noises, and I had to re-record this video after a bad export of audio files from Audacity. I'm sorry my voice is flat and boring. I'm trying to figure out if there's an accent or a form of enunciation I can use to be more interesting while still having my words be clear. I want to give a quick middle finger to Elon Musk and his godforsaken app, which won't let me use it because I have a VPN. Thank you to HeroHey for the screenshots, because I'll be fucked to use X without a VPN. Congrats to Smuggleana for her collab with Shoeonhead. My next video is going to be about a bad take from Tanky VT that's made me particularly angry. That's enough tism for now. Good morning, day or night!